The story begins in a city called Derry, in a movie theater. The theater's attendant sees that a little boy, Maddie, has sneaked into the theater. Maddie also finds out that the attendant has seen him, so Maddie hides in the lobby of the theater. And at this time, he hears that the attendant was asking his daughter, Ronnie, about him. Did you see Maddie? This girl named Ronnie also sees Maddie standing behind the stand. But to save Maddie, she lies to her dad that he may have gone the other way. Maddie gets a chance to run away from there with this excuse, after which we see that Maddie was now on the road, going out of the city. He had gone so far that he had already crossed the city. Then suddenly a car stops near him, in which a family was sitting. The lady in the car asks, Maddie, do you need a lift? That man was also worried to see Maddie like this on the road. He says, come, I'll drop you at your parents' house. Maddie quietly sits in the back seat and says that I don't want to go to my parents' house, so much that I don't even want to go back to the city. Apart from this, you can take me anywhere. The lady says, then you are very lucky. We are also going to Portland. We will take you there too. At this time, Maddie was sitting in the middle of the couple's children. There was a very strange atmosphere here. The daughter of the couple suddenly opens a plastic box, which had a liver of an animal inside. Seeing this, Maddie's heart breaks. But now what the girl does after this, Maddie can't even tolerate those things. The girl stabs her fingers inside the liver, and then she takes it out and herself also smells it, and tries to force Maddie to smell it too. Ignoring these things, the girl's mother was taking her son's spelling test. When Maddie notices that this car is also going back to Derry, not going to Portland. Seeing this, he gets very worried and tries to get out of the car, but the doors of the car were locked. He also tells that man to stop the car, but when that man doesn't listen, he himself tries to take the steering wheel in his hand to stop the car. But these people make him sit back again, and now the child starts telling the spelling of strange things, just like Maddie gets more scared of death, murder, and these things. Then at that time we see that the woman was also pregnant actually, and suddenly she starts having a very terrible pain, and then we see that tearing her body, not a child, but a very terrible creature comes out of her stomach. Obviously, this creature looked like a human being, but it was a human being that had 2 human heads, pointed hands and feet like that of a bird, and also had wings like that of this child sparrow, and it was very scary to see. As soon as it is born, it starts flying, and when that woman tries to catch it, it tries to run away and collides with the rear window of the car. Poor Maddie puts his pacifier in his mouth out of fear and puts his hand on his ear. He had no courage to see everything that was happening here. Suddenly the scene changes, and we see this car from the outside. The window of the car breaks, and Maddie's pacifier comes out of it and falls out. The pacifier now floats in the water and passes under the title card, and we are shown the title card of the season. And finally the scene cuts from here, and the main season starts. Now we are shown the scenes after 4 months. We are shown some new characters, and at the same time, we are shown the base of Derry. A boy is seen from the binoculars that a ship has landed on the Derry Air Force Base. A ship has landed. From this plane, we see Major Leroy and Captain Polly Russo departing. They are told that their A-base is only 7 hours away from the Suez base, which means that this is the first line of defense, and the security here is very important. They talk about a special project here, and from their talks, we feel that something is abnormal here. After the scene cut, we are shown the local high school, and there we are shown a girl named Lily. For Lily, the environment of the school is very strange, because the children call her very bad. Even when she passes through the corridor, the children look at her with strange eyes. When Lily opens her locker, she sees that there are a lot of pickle jars there. One of them was tied to the lock with a thread. When the door of the locker opens, the jar falls down, and everyone laughs at it a lot. And here Lily's friend also scolds everyone else to bully her. On the other hand, in this school, Phil and Daddy, who were keeping an eye on the airbase. Earlier, they were talking about aliens. Phil was sure of the aliens, and Phil was also sure that something was going on in the alien base. There's nothing normal there. Whenever they see there, they feel something abnormal. Phil feels that the military base is hiding something. He also felt that World War III was going to happen, so he should not even prepare for the test. In the next scene, we see the scene of the airbase again, where Major Leroy is tried to humiliate by many of his juniors because he was from the black community. Then the general shows up, and makes all the juniors realize their mistakes. On the other hand, we see Phil and his friend again, who started talking about medicine again while studying. Today, 4 months had passed, but neither did we find out about Mehdi, nor could the police find his dead body. The police believed that Mehdi had run away and hidden somewhere. Daddy tells Phil that it was all our fault. He was angry because of us and left the house. His mom used to give us candies to go to his birthday, but despite that, we forgot his birthday. Then he says to him, now by remembering old things, Mehdi can't be alive again, right? So I think we should leave this topic. Anyway, the scene is cut, and in the next scene, we see Lily standing in the bathroom. She sees a charm of her bracelet, and she remembers the time when Mehdi had called her to the viewing deck of the tower. Although this place was empty for centuries, but Phil, Daddy, and his friend Mehdi had made this place their secret hideout. One day, Mehdi also took Lily there, and he gave Lily a total charm there, and told Lily, don't tell anyone that I brought you here. At present, we see that Lily was still lost in her memories. That's when her mom comes and tells her, you get ready for tomorrow. We have to go to your dad's grave. It's been a year since Lily's dad died. Lily doesn't want to go there. Then her mom tells her, you have to be brave. Only you are not alone in this world. Many people have big sorrows, but they live their lives normally. After Lily's mom's death, Lily opens the tap to fill the bathtub, and suddenly she hears Mehdi's voice from the drain. He was singing the same song that was heard at the start of this season. This voice first scares Lily, but then Lily thinks that Mehdi is stuck in the sewer. Lily shouts, Mehdi, Mehdi, and also tells him to come home. Then Mehdi replies, they are not letting me come home. Hearing this, Lily gets confused, and suddenly we see that some blood-stained fingers come out of the drain. Seeing all this, Lily gets very scared. The scene ends, and the next day we see Lily at school. She tells her friend all this, how she heard Mehdi's voice from the drain, and then she also saw blood-stained fingers. Her friend Marsh doesn't believe it, but because she was Lily's old friend, and she knew that Lily never lied, so she has to trust her. This time, Marsh tells Lily not to share this with anyone else, or people will think you're a fool. Anyway, there are a lot of rumors about you in school. People think you're a psycho. You understand what I'm saying, right? This time, Lily becomes quiet, but in the evening, Lily meets Phil and Teddy, that is, Mehdi's friends, at the viewing deck of the same tower. They first talk about Mehdi's death, and then Lily tells them everything that happened yesterday. But like Marsh, Phil and Teddy don't believe her either. On the other hand, Major Leroy meets General Shaw at the office. From their secret conversations, we learn the secret that Leroy was called to Derry so that he could finish his Korean War work. Shaw wants Leroy to test the Army's new B-52 jet and attack the enemy if necessary. On the other hand, we are shown Teddy, who is having dinner with his family, when he suddenly asks his dad if a child can be kept underground after being kidnapped. His entire family is very shocked at the question, and his dad forbids him from asking such questions and tells him that our elders have suffered a lot. They have also seen the Holocaust. That is, many people have been killed at the same time, and you have only lost a friend. You cannot live in his shadow for many days, and you will have to be normal again, and you will have to pay attention to your studies. Teddy quietly enters his room and starts reading a comic book. Suddenly, the lamp next to him starts flickering, and then it turns off. After a while, when the light comes back, the scene becomes very scary. Teddy sees that the sheet of his lamp is completely filled with the cut faces of their Jewish leaders. Teddy out of fear, kicks that lamp and drops it down, and out of fear, gets off the bed and hides under the table. That lamp also now comes towards him, and suddenly the faces on the lamp start talking to him loudly. Out of fear, Teddy hides his face and screams loudly. The light turns off again, and the lamp slides back to the nightstand. At the same time, his brother opens the door of this room, and Teddy, out of fear, sees him, hiding under the table. He does not believe that he is his brother, because Teddy's brother thought he was very brave. Anyway, the next day, Teddy goes and meets his two friends, that is, Phil and Lily, and tells them everything that happened to him at night. This time too, while talking, he started vomiting, but it was good that this time his friends believed him. The three decide together that they will investigate Maddie's case themselves and try to find Maddie. They go to the library and start collecting news and start taking all the information related to the case. Phil's younger sister is also with them at this time. Reading the news, they find an article in which it was written that a 12-year-old girl and her dad saw Maddie for the last time. At the end of the article, they read that the police have told Maddie that he is dead, and the reason for his death is that he is committing homicide. That is, the police are saying that he has committed suicide because of his family. But I don't know why these three children know that either Maddie is alive or in some trouble, or there is a big secret behind Maddie's disappearance. That's why these three decide to go to Ronnie's house, who had saved Maddie from his dad at the beginning of the story. When they come to Ronnie and tell him that we have come to ask you about Maddie, Maddie angrily tells him to leave the house because the police had already accused his dad of murder. These people leave here sad, and Lily starts singing that song to her friends that she hears in Maddie's voice from the drain every day. This song was such that many people had not heard it. Ronnie stops them and tells them that I know where Maddie has heard this song. The scene ends here and we see two men wearing gas masks and they come to attack Major Leroy. Their purpose was not to harm Leroy. They had just come to ask for the specs of the new Jet B. Major Leroy was not a traitor. He does not give any information to the men wearing these masks to save himself, but instead he starts fighting with them, to the point that he drops one of them, snatches his gun and shoots him. In the meantime, Captain Russo also comes to this room quickly and kills the attackers and runs away from here. After which the scene ends here and we are shown the scene of the next day. The next day, Ronnie, Lily, Phil, and Teddy go to the movie theater. They also break the lock without anyone's permission and go inside the theater. Ronnie plays the movie that was in the start of the season and that Maddie had seen. In this movie, the song comes that only Ronnie, Lily, and Maddie had heard. Lily says, yes, this is the same song that Maddie had sung from the bathroom drain. Just now they were talking that suddenly the children start seeing Maddie on this screen, but in a very strange way. Maddie was holding a child wrapped in a cloth. These children understand that the world inside the screen is not what they are seeing. They understood that it is a spiritual world and this is the real world. The children start encouraging Maddie to come out of the screen and come to this real world. But Maddie refuses to come to the real world. He first hides his head inside the child, and as soon as he raises his head, there is a very scary and deep smile on his face. Maddie now throws the child towards the screen. And surprisingly, the child comes out of the screen. As soon as he comes out of the screen, the child starts flying and we see that this child was actually the same creature that was born at the beginning of the season. Two human-faced creatures like lizards were now attacking these children. The first two children start running away from here when the creature catches Daddy. Lily gets scared and stands there and looks up where the creature was attacking Daddy. And that creature chopped Daddy into pieces. Daddy's blood turns Lily red. Lily gets very scared and she notices that after killing Daddy, the size of the creature has doubled. After that, the creature also attacks Phil and kills him mercilessly. Lily was trying to hide under the chairs and she saw that Daddy's sister was also here. They both hold each other's hands from below. But then the creature also attacks that little girl and kills that poor girl too. Lily goes to the door in fear where Ronnie was on the other side and Ronnie had opened the door. As soon as they come out, they lock the door inside so that The creature cannot come out. But it was too late by then. Lily's 3 friends were killed. They both hug each other and start crying. And at this time, they are also scared, because the sounds of the creature are still coming from inside. That creature is howling in a very scary way. As soon as Ronnie gets away from Lily, Lily notices that at this time, the same girl's hand was still in her hand, which she had held in the theater. And seeing this, she screams even louder. And with her scream, her eyes suddenly open. And it turns out that this was Lily's dream. She prayed here that whatever she has seen is her illusion, is her dream. But her prayer didn't work, because what she had seen, she found out that it was all true. At this time, the police were outside her house. After Maddie, the news of the disappearance of 3 more children was heard, and the police were now looking for those children. Ronnie and Lily only know the truth about the disappearance of the children, and both of them are in shock at this time. It is shown here that Ronnie's dad is also trying to normalize his daughter, but she is not saying anything. She is completely silent at this time, because she is in shock, because of what she has seen. On the other hand, it is shown that Leroy's family had also come to the Derry. Leroy's son, Will, was very excited about the new house. But after coming to this city, he started feeling a strange fear. Leroy jokingly gives his daughter a telescope and tells her to spy on the neighbors, but Will also refuses very smartly. On the other hand, it is shown in high school that the situation is very bad. The children are also very scared, and Lily is also not coming to school yet. While Lily's only friend, she has also become a part of a group of strange girls to become famous, and she makes fun of the rest of the children along with them. Today when Ronnie and Lily both come to school, so everyone starts staring at Ronnie in the corridor, and Lily comes to Ronnie without any hesitation. Lily's old friend dies and starts taking her to her group, but now Lily lets go of her hand, because she didn't care about any group now. Her friends were dead, and now she just had to live with Ronnie, because she was the only one who could understand her pain. Major Leroy's son, Will, also comes to this school, and his first day goes very bad, because everyone here together bullies him a lot. But here Will also finds a boy who sympathizes with him and saves him from the people who bully him. Then the scene cuts. And on the other hand, we want to show Major Leroy, who found out that the attackers on him last night were not traitors or spies. Rather, they were people of their own army, who did not like Leroy because he was black. After this, the scene is cut and we are shown to Ronnie. When she was sleeping, her eyes suddenly open. She starts suffocating, because now her comforter had turned into a human skin, and the area around her bed was wrapped so tightly that Ronnie started suffocating inside. This environment is filled with blood, as if Ronnie is in someone's body at this time. Suddenly, this skin bursts, and Ronnie's mom comes inside, and in a strange way, Ronnie tells her that you are responsible for my death, and you are responsible for the death of those children. At this time, it seems that Ronnie is inside her mom's stomach, and Ronnie's umbilical cord is pulled by someone, and a monster is about to pull, who was about to eat Ronnie at this time. Seeing this terrible black monster with yellow eyes, Ronnie gets very scared and screams loudly, and it is shown in the present that all those things had disappeared from here. Hearing her screams, her dad comes here, and he thinks that Ronnie has had a bad dream. But Ronnie knew that whatever had happened, it was true, and Ronnie was very scared. The scene is cut. On the other side, we are shown 3 military officers who were interrogating something with the police. But the local police does not make them part of this interrogation. They remove them. But, despite this, they secretly keep an eye on the police and the site where the police was digging for interrogation. They hide there for a long time and keep an eye on it. But then suddenly an officer starts feeling unwell, as if some energy had affected him. Here a twist is revealed, that the police and the military are considering Derry City important for this, because Derry City has always played an important role in wartime. And now the police and the military both feel that there is some energy or power under the city which is harming them or can harm them. And for that, They are all together interrogating. In fact, digging is also going on in Derry. On the other side, we are shown that Ronnie and Lily meet again in school and talk to each other about the death of their friends. The police was still investigating for their friends, but they were not getting any clue. Ronnie tells Lily that you should tell everything to the police. But Lily says, Ronnie, try to understand me. I can't do this. I have a past medical history. My mental health was not good. People thought I was a psycho. And if I said anything like this in front of them, then instead of believing me, they will start thinking me as a psycho again and will send me back to the mental hospital. At the same time, we see that the police comes to the school and takes Lily. The investigation begins with Lily. Lily didn't want to tell them anything, but these people take advantage of Lily's fear. And by twisting their words, they ask her a lot of questions. They put pressure on her, and then they take out their own meaning of the answers given to her. And by making a statement, because of that, they arrest Ronnie's dad in the charge of murdering those children. And when Ronnie finds out that his dad was arrested because of Lily, then Ronnie starts hating him. On the other hand, we see that Major Leroy goes to General Shaw and tells him that the attackers were not him, but they were his soldiers. General Shaw was not at all surprised to hear this, and Leroy was angry with this. Shaw explains to Leroy, which spreads its fear everywhere, and we have to find it ourselves before dawn and dusk. On the other hand, we see Lily shopping. We see that her mental condition has deteriorated. Again, while shopping, she hears strange sounds around her. She even sees dead people. She sees pictures of her friends on the cereal boxes, and even in the pickle jar, she sees her dad's rotten face, who is accusing her that you are responsible for the death of your friends. Seeing all this, Lily starts screaming loudly. Even the pickle jar falls from her hand. At this time, she was not in her senses. When she came to her senses, she saw that people were watching her with surprise around her. It seemed like a drama here. Everyone understood that Lily has gone psycho again. That's why Lily is sent to a psychiatric hospital again. The scene is cut and we see some soldiers on the digging site. From here, they find a car called Digging. In this car, there were still some human skeletons. This car was of about 1930s. Because of this car, the military people think that these people have come very close to that ancient power, like they are looking for. These people were happy, although they should be afraid, because the power that has been sleeping for centuries, when it will wake up, it will spread a lot of destruction, and they have no idea about this at all. Suddenly, the scenes go into flashback from here, and we are shown the scene of the 1930s carnival, where we are shown a small version of General Shaw. This is the time when General Shaw was very small. In the carnival, he gets stuck in a mirror maze. That is, he gets stuck in a room with mirrors, which was like a maze. He does not find a way out. And here comes a strange old man, who had one eye and the other eye was in his hand. Shaw is very scared, and finally he finds a way to get out of here. And while running away, he bumps into his dad. He tells everything to his dad, but his dad does not believe him. And this time he gives him a slingshot and jokingly tells him that if you see something like this, then protect yourself with this slingshot. Anyway, when Shaw and Shaw's dad are going home, their car suddenly breaks down. There, Shaw meets a little girl who is selling water. Shaw takes water from that girl and gives her his slingshot instead of water. That girl takes them to her group. That girl's group was having fun in the jungle, and Shaw also wants to play with them. While playing, he did not enjoy so much that he started running towards the jungle. Every day, the children were catching him, but suddenly he stops. And he also tells Shaw, "Do not go ahead. There is a deep jungle ahead. We do not go there." He asks Shaw, "Why?" Before Rose could answer, the answer itself comes to him. In the carnival, the one-eyed man he saw was the same one-eyed man who was also here, who suddenly grows his legs and turns himself into a terrible monster and runs after Shaw. This time, surprisingly, there was no time to see these things. Shaw starts running from here to save himself. That creature was behind them, and he also catches Rose. Rose throws a stone at that creature and saves herself and Shaw after that. These people come out of the jungle. And then the scene is cut from here, and we are shown Lily in the present. Lily is in a psychiatric hospital at this time. And here she is not happy at all because strange sounds of patients keep coming from this hospital all day. On the other hand, we see that this investigation was still going on from Ronnie's dad. And the police tell them to scare them that the witnesses have also signed against you. That is, they testify that they have seen that you have committed the murder. But despite all this, Ronnie's dad does not tell the police anything. Because when he had not done anything, what did he tell? On the other side, the military finds out that the car they got was full of skeletons. It has nothing to do with that ancient power. General Shaw had to find that power at any cost. For this, Dick Herman advises them that we should go right above that place and investigate, from where we feel that that power will come out and is coming out. Shaw also gives them permission for this work and also gives them a helicopter. So Dick goes out to investigate with Leroy and Russell. In Dick's hand is the same slingshot from years ago that we saw in Shaw's hand in the 1930s. When Dick touches it, he gets very old VNs. He goes into a trance. He feels that he is not in a helicopter at this time, but in a saw. And in the same saw, Pennywise circus wagon is visible. As soon as the curtain of the wagon falls, Dick sees a huge pile of sparkling eyes and a pile of dead bodies there. And in this pile, there was also a dead body of his grandmother. And now he changes into a strange entity and asks her, "Who are you?" Dick tries to run away from there, but by mistake in this trance, he opens the back door of the helicopter in the real world. Leroy catches Dick at the last moment, otherwise he would have fallen down. After completing his mission, when Dick comes to Shaw, he tells Shaw that we will not lose that thing and we should stop digging, because that power is very dangerous. Because of that power had completely taken over my mind, and I am about to die. Dick warns Shaw that if he digs that source and takes it out, then there can be a big destruction here. But was Shaw going to listen to anything? After this scene, we are shown the children of the school again. It is found that Lily has returned to school and she apologizes to Ronnie. And she also promises him that she will tell the truth to the police and get his dad out. And in this work, Leroy's son asks for Will's help. Will's friend also becomes a part of his group and gives him an idea that he should do something because of which that evil came out again who is killing children. And then he should make a video of that evil and prove it to everyone. On the other hand, we are shown the city meeting. The military wants to talk to the people of the city. And here we see the old Rose who is telling her son that you will not tell the police anything about that power. After a while, we see that Shaw goes to Rose after 50 years. Because Rose did not give permission to dig in their city. Rose did not want that evil energy to come out. But Shaw lies to her that she is just cleaning the place for Penny's pipes. And she should sign a consent paper. Rose agrees to this condition that she will tell the people of the city not to dig in any place. On the other hand, we see the military officer Dick who goes to his colleague Leroy's house. He is a lot of fun having lunch. And he also tells Leroy that he has third eye power. No. He can also see things that normal people cannot see. And some people can see things that normal people cannot see.